We are in the second farm. This farm we keep mostly goats and cows that are milked. Here, the goats that stay here are the goats that are ready for slaughter. We have a few sheep, but the few sheep are also ready for slaughter. So this is where most of the grass, the natural grass, grow, and this is where we harvest most of the natural grass. The grass down the other farm is mostly planted grass. Why did I switch from corporate life to livestock? I feel like it happened gradually. So now I'm keeping my animals, and now they're making sense. And then now you start looking for a market because your animals are in a good condition throughout the year, whether it's raining, whether it's drought. So in between, when I started doing that, I now started having people who, the thing about the pastoral community, it's a see and do. Like if you bring them a concept, you need to do that concept. And that's why if you see most NGOs, when they come to pastoral communities, they do a model farm. Because for them to see is for them to believe. So now they see that, okay, so this girl, her livestock are not, in fact, they never say this girl, they used to say my dad's. So this old man, his livestock are not dying during the drought. What are they doing? My dad is like, I have no idea. Let me introduce you to my daughter. The fencing here is a bit different. You see, it's more secure because here we have a lot of wild animals, but not necessarily the big wild animals. The hyena and the jackals are very many here. So you find that we have to protect them more than the other ones. So we have different layers. We have different, we use offcuts or wood so that it's very hard for the hyena, especially hyenas are very prone here, very hard for them to dig around and come under. So that's why you have, and then also because of the jackal can jump, so then you put it a bit higher than the other one. So we start doing and we start walking this journey with them. And then the complaint come is that, you know what, even during the drought, because remember I told you it was an emotional, during the drought there's a perception of drought, so our prices are still going down, yet we have a fantastic condition of animals. So I said, oh, give me a minute, let me think through it, let me see what to do. So I then approached a few people and said, we have good livestock throughout the year, are you able to take them? So this gentleman started taking a few. So he will take them but as live animals and he go and slaughter them. So come COVID, I don't know what happened. He was affected and he decided to relocate, to go back to the US where his family was. But we still have our livestock. And so as I'm trying to reach out, he said, oh, Rayan, I left, but this is where I normally supply your meat. So if you can turn them into the meat, I will introduce you to so-and-so and you're able to supply the meat. So I go reach out to this person, it's late, yes, but I want it in meat. Remember that time, I only have livestock, so I need to look for a place to slaughter it. I don't know what permits go through slaughtering, but in between I figure out. So we start using the community slaughterhouse in Mashuru, and this person, of course, is okay with the animals. But also what happened at that time during COVID is the livestock market was closed because of the distancing. And people know this area, there's a certain farmer who has good animals. So now there's increase. People are coming to buy live animals. In between, I thought, maybe I need to focus on this. Maybe I just need to focus on this and do it. So I remember telling my husband, by the way, when people go back and people are working are going back to work fully, I don't think I'll go back. And he's like, well, anyway, you've been saying you'll do these things, so maybe it's just do it. So I started doing it. But came the challenge now of, it's a community slaughterhouse. It's run by a community. So we need to figure out how do we then slaughter, because the community slaughterhouse is one, there's a day you'll go, they don't have water, there's a day you'll go, someone had booked so you can slaughter, or the day you go, the people who are slaughtering yesterday slaughtered a lot of animals, so they have a lot of money, so they drank silly, so they can slaughter your animals. So just becoming a lot of dynamics that eventually we thought, what do we do? So what happened that time is we stopped the livestock. We stopped the slaughtering of the cows, and we started slaughtering the small goats, the small livestock, the goat and sheep. So what we did is we created a shed, just a slaughtering shed. We said what is needed, an animal inspector, a livestock inspector. What else is needed? Water. We have all this. We just started slaughtering, and the business just took a different angle at that time. We started now slaughtering just goats and sheep, but it was such a funny way, because first I had to look for the orders before we slaughter, because where are you slaughtering, where are you taking them? So I will go approach a few friends and say, listen, if you can come together as 4 of you, you could buy a full goat, and that goat will be divided into 4, and then I'll bring them to you.